So in this time when social transformation is optional then, and not really considered to be the call of Black faith, any conversation about values is very dangerous, actually. And we have been having a conversation about values, whether we own up to it or not, all day long. But this conversation that we are having is very dangerous, and we are living out something in the choices that we make for our children, in what we choose or choose not to fight for, and what we choose to own up to or to ignore. And just the word values is so troublesome. And I'm always very suspicious when the word comes up, because I'm a Black woman who lives in America. And the word has been used to beat us up, to otherize us, to diminish us, to devalue our experiences, to marginalize our story in the greater story, because we don't, quote unquote, have values. And so my position, I need to be clear about who people are, who you are when you use the word with me. And I want young people to be clear about who the adults are when they use the word value with them. Because I'm very clear about who I am and on whose side I stand. I stand on the side of a God who values those who have been oppressed, who gives them priority, and who believes in children enough to be born as one. And there are values that stem from that belief. We drape the word values in the triumphant American flag, not so much in the give me you're tired and you're poor and you're hungry. But the narrative that's really at play is, that flag, that triumphant flag. We drape the word in misreadings of the Bible and of religious stories. We drape it in the history and the story and the achievements of history's victors, the people who have come out on top. And so we really have to be very clear what we're talking about when we talk about values. And one of the most frustrating and I think dastardly things about contemporary conversations about values and how we need to instill them in our children and in our young people outside of relationship, as if we could just open their heads and open their hearts and stamp what we think should be there on it, without really living a certain kind of life with them and before them and on their behalf, is that we actually think that we're doing a good thing. And we're not. It sounds good, but if the only values that we as adults have access to are the kind of values that support the empire, that support capitalism, that support other people being in wilderness, that support stories that diminish and otherize and alienate other people, then I think that what we are feeding our young people, our children, the next generation is a diet of poison. And that we have to check what we believe before we can, try to spew this, share this with people that we say that we love and that we value. So that's the Christmas night, the postcard sort of version. But then there is sort of the real deal, the hot mess version, which is the real life version of a woman and a man, two parents who are trying to figure out how to be parents together, thrown together by a crazy, impossible situation. A woman who has been pregnant without being married to her husband. Of a father who's taken on responsibility to be a father based upon a crazy dream of an angel who visited him in a dream. No place to lay their heads, no room for them. When we mine that story over against the postcard story, we get values that we can share with our children, with the next generation, that will help them sustain what it means to be Black in America under the reign of the empire now.